cell phone to prove that this was murder. This information is choking me up right now. Because every witness that we've talked to has said the same thing. That he was lying on the ground and the police walked up and shot him. He was nowhere near a weapon. It was admitted by all of those that he did have a gun. But my concern is not only for my grandson, but it's concern for all the other young black men in this country. We have one of the largest privileged populations in this country, and why? Because they know that in the future, something's going to occur. Since Obama has been elected president of the United States, more weapons have been purchased, more ammunition has been purchased by people. It ain't been purchased by black people because we haven't been able to afford the price of guns and the ammunition that they're charging today. I'm a former policeman, and I know what goes on within the police department. I remember once I apprehended a man who was wanted for murder, and I was told that I should have killed him. Had I killed him, I would have saved the state $50,000, or I would have gotten an accommodation. An accommodation is a letter of appreciation for what you've done. And as a result of not killing that man, and as a result of not killing or not doing some other things, I was harassed within the police department. I went public about the corruption and the brutality of our people within the police department. I went all the way to the FBI. They weren't concerned about the inhumane treatment that we get as a people. All they were concerned about was what monetary corruption that was going on. Anyway, I had to go into exile for 30 years. I'm returning to Philadelphia after 5 years. I lived in Texas for 20 years. I lived in Virginia for 4 years. And I've lived in some other places. But we have to get together as a people and stop this. Because the next child may be yours. You understand that? We have got to get together. Now, Diop, my brother, I've been working with the Rumu for a while. We got to organize a court system where we can try these police because the governments in this country are not going to do it. We got to make them accountable for what goes on. Not just the killings, but the stop and frisk, the invasion of our privacy, the trouble that's going on. Like last week, a cop was arrested for taking drugs and planting drugs on people and prosecuting them unjustly. Over 3,000 men, or it could be women too, will have to be released by the Philadelphia Police Department and the justice system because of a corrupt cop. And he was a black cop. And the only reason why they gave him up, because he didn't share that corrupt money with them that usually goes on within the police department. Because it still goes on, believe me. But I want to thank you for coming out tonight, and I'm going to turn this back over to Brother Diop so we can get the vigil going. Cool.
All right, Uhuru. So I want to thank Brother Stephen Henderson Sr. for making that statement. And I know this is kind of new to us, and a lot of us are still in shock about what happened to Cheezy. And definitely understand that. And we as the Uhuru movement, we're here to stand together with the family to be strong, to provide as much strength as possible to you, and also to remember that we got to struggle, we got to fight for justice for this young brother, because we've seen, as an organization, we've seen so many young African men get gunned down in these streets. Just a couple years ago, I was over there on 58th for Thompson, same situation. All throughout North Philly, all throughout West Philly, it's the same situation. And not one time, I can tell you from experience, not one time have we seen the DA office, whether it's Lynn Abraham or this new one, Seth Williams, not one cop has been indicted or prosecuted for the murder of African people. And that's the situation that we're looking at all over this country. And what we're saying is that the only way we're going to get justice for Cheezy is to get organized for power in our own hands. Part of what we're doing as an organization all over the world is we building our own court. We're going to put the Philadelphia police on trial. We're building what is called the Court for Black Justice. And through the Court for Black Justice, we want for the people to hold court. And the people step forward to make testimony and say what they saw when they saw the police murder this young brother. And in doing so, we take the power out of the hands of downtown and city hall and this court system, and we put the power in the hands of the people. So we have a flyer that just went around and let y'all know more about those of you who are interested in getting involved and getting organized. We're going to talk more about that. But one thing we do want to do is we want to say justice for Stephen Henderson. Justice for Stephen Henderson. Justice
for Stephen Henderson.
Justice
for Stephen Henderson.
Justice
for Stephen Henderson.
Justice
for Stephen Henderson.
Justice
for Stephen Henderson.
Justice
for Stephen Henderson.
Justice
for Stephen Henderson.
Justice
for Stephen Henderson.
Justice
for Stephen Henderson.
Justice
for Stephen Henderson.
Justice
for Stephen Henderson.
Justice
for Stephen Henderson.
Justice
for Stephen Henderson. For Stephen
What
Henderson.
happened around this fucking neighborhood, that's life. And I hate to, excuse me, I know we got kids. I'm gonna calm myself down. Number one, we all do wrong in life. Hey, we was born and raised on the streets of Philadelphia. We ain't do nothing wrong. You know, but hey, that's life. It hurts. Life goes on, like I always told you. But the way they shot that ball, the way they shot my son, my only son, that I born and raised in the city of Philadelphia, that was shame what the Philadelphia police did to my son. I respect everybody for coming down here and supporting me. But then again, these sorry-ass motherfuckers from 58th Street want to get on the internet. I want to start something with my father. Them motherfuckers ain't got the money that I put to burn his ass. I'm sorry, Dad. If y'all love Steve the way he was. Stop bickering, man. Don't choose him for what he did or what he didn't do. He was a human being like everybody else in the city of brotherly love. That's all he was. But the police did us wrong. They did us wrong. They did us wrong. That's all I said. You know what I mean? He loved everybody. He ain't do no wrong. We gonna stand strong together and go through this as friends and as family. That's what you do. Lift your head up. You don't mind. You know? Yeah, he was born from the 8. I'm gonna tell all you 8 people, I got a meal going the fuck up. Alright? Don't do that, man. Don't do that. And I love y'all. But JoJo don't do that, man. That was wrong. That was wrong. We're gonna stand here and we're gonna light some candles. Please. Justice for Stephen Henderson.
Justice for Stephen Henderson.
Justice
for Stephen Henderson.
Justice
for Stephen Henderson.
Justice
for Stephen Henderson.
Justice
for Stephen Henderson.
Justice
for Stephen Henderson.
Justice.
for Stephen Henderson.
So if there's somebody here who does not have a candle, please do. We got a lot of candles right here. And this is a candlelight vigil, y'all. Meaning that we want to hold these candles up as a symbol of our recognition for a young brother that died too soon. And what happened to him, like the brother said, like Stephen's pop said, the police is dead wrong. But the fact is that we're not going to get no justice by going to the same police department that has been murdering African people for the last 400 or 500 years. We're not going to get no justice from the same courts that have been railroading, stuffing these prisons up with black people. We're not going to get justice for the courts of right power. We're going to have to get organized to build up power and control of our own courts and our own police. And that's why we out here right now. To not only hang our heads low, but we want to make a call to everybody, like Steve's Pop said. We want to organize and we want to unite. Because the real enemy is the ones that kill Stephen. The real enemies is this government that sucks the black community dry. Takes all the money out the hood, and then they pump drugs and guns into the community. They know what they're doing. That's what the violence in our community is all about. The fact is that the police is not here to serve and protect black people. The police are nothing but an occupying army in the community, here to make sure that you don't got no control of your own resources, your own money. That's why any trying time you try to start up a business or try to do anything productive, we know that this government takes taxes, court fines, they find a way to suck the black community dry. And if you disagree with paying this government taxes or anything else, that's when you find out what the police is here for. And the police is functioning in our community the same way that the U.S. Marines is in Afghanistan or somewhere. It's what we call a colonial occupation. So we want to get organized to resist this occupation, and that's why we're building the Court for Black Justice. So at this time, we want to, does everybody have a candle? We want to make sure everybody got a candle and raise it up for Stephen Henderson, aka Cheezy. And we're gonna let the people speak. And when we say we're putting the police on trial, we serious. And we're not just putting them on trial for the murder of Stephen Henderson, but an ongoing war being waged against the black community. We're putting the police in the city of Philadelphia on trial for robbing black people of our freedom, for robbing us of our resources, and for terrorizing the African community. So we want to call on y'all to be part of that movement. And Sister Delita, we have organizers from the Yehuda movement that's going around right now with the clipboard to allow those who are interested in getting involved in the movement to do so. So if you agree with what we said, then sign up on that clipboard so we can get organized. Because we can do that. We can get power over our own community, our own block. We can have it so where the police can't come in the Wine Loose in the 57. We can do that. We can get organized. So at this time, we want to, does everybody have a candle? We want to give everybody the opportunity to say some words about what Stephen meant to them. Especially the family, especially friends. And those of you